What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of This Week in Madden, show 172. A lot of shows. It's a weekly Madden tip show. We break down your questions for the first hour of the show. In the second hour, we have S. Gibbs against Serious Mo. You might have seen Serious Mo on the Madden Challenge, the Madden NFL Live Invitational Tournament. One of the top underground players for the last 3 seasons. A very big name. He beat Tweezy. He then lost a problem. But he's looking to get on the show tonight and take down S. Gibbs. None of us can wait. Reminder for you guys to give a follow to the channel if you can. Right now we're going to look at S. Gibbs' playbook for the game. Mo will be going with...
You know this?
Yeah.
Since when did you get his...
Do you want to know? Just
I want to know.
him.
Yeah.
He'll be using the Seahawks and the Dallas in Dallas.
Okay. Are you ready? Am I ready to unveil... That's my phone. Am I ready to unveil my playbook to everybody?
Are you ready? I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a question
I'm ready.
for you.
I'm ready. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Cleveland Browns on offense, New England Patriots on defense.
Okay.
And I'm using... Should I wait for the say the team? Build drama? What do you think? The Cincinnati Bengals.
The Natty over the Pack.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. I actually played Mo after the tournament. He runs the big dime. So for those of you guys that don't know, or not the big dime, just the dime. Mo runs the dime, 2-man under. He's got a great little setup. You'll see it tonight, I would assume. Especially he's used to playing ranked teams. So Gibbs, we've all said a couple things about S. Gibbs.
What have you said about me?
No, not you.
Oh.
He didn't say it.
No, I'm saying you. What have you said about me?
People say. No, okay. I didn't say. People say that you're only good because you have a very good MUT team. You've never heard me say that. People say that. Mm-hmm. People say, like, you're good, but, like, you're not actually that good. So tonight you're going to try and compete with Mo. People say that. I don't know who says that.
Since when?
So you got a audible set playbook. It's not a custom playbook, but it's an audible set playbook.
Yes. So this is going back old school Madden right here, setting your audibles. When we're playing a regular head-to-head game, we can bring our playbooks and have our audibles. Just to reiterate, there have been no plays added to this Cleveland Browns playbook. The only thing I've done is actually remove formations that I will not be using, and I'll explain why I do that in a minute. And I've also set audibles for specific formations. So. The basis of my scheme, you'll see a lot today, is strong close, I-form twins, and the gun split close pat. So I set my audibles appropriately, and going into the game, my game plan is I'm going to come out in strong close. I want to have the ability to have a halfback dive, the quick toss. I have the read wide receiver out with that quick speed out on the left, and the PA scissors where I can kind of do a flood on the right side, but also attack deep with that post. So there's a lot of good plays that I can use in that formation. But the personnel matches a 2 running back, 1 tight end, 2 wide receiver set, and matches the gun split close from the Patriots playbook with the same personnel. What's also great about it is strong close is a tight set with receivers in towards the line of scrimmage, and so is gun split close. So the audible, when you go from strong close to gun split close, is super quick. Super fast that you get into it really quickly, and that's one thing I really like about it, and it stresses the defense. Stop the run from that strong close, and then you go into the split close, and you have all your audibles set here. I also love that I can go down to the I-form twins and have a fullback dive, halfback toss combo from this set.
The other big note is you did not put the split close pats in the Browns playbook. In custom playbooks,
yes, correct.
When the plays all have like one base formation that they come in named as. So, gun empty giant, gun empty falcon, gun empty eagle, gun empty lion, gun empty saint. All these have like one base formation, and they get named to the specific team playbook. But when you go into custom books, you see it as that name. So, I can back up Gibbs. There's no shenanigans going on with his playbook. Sticking with the Browns, just set the audibles. That does turn it into a custom, but not really a custom. So, let's do a little housekeeping note, Gibbs, because we have new brain trust schemes tonight for our subscribers to the channel. We just got a bunch of new followers in there. But for those of you guys that didn't check your Twitch messages today, M-Stack just comes out of nowhere with a fire under center running scheme from the Chiefs. It's a 15-minute video covering the I-form twins flex from the Kansas City playbook. Run-heavy scheme, but it's got some really nice passes to beat zone coverage. Also, though, for tonight after the show, win or lose, get the Titans offense. I've made a custom Titans video for you guys. It's 15 minutes, just kind of going over how I would use their formations. I want you guys to have coverage in Draft Champions of formation. So a little Titans video. We are going to have more in-depth breakdown of this Titans book. So you should watch this video as the basics to the Titans playbook. And then you want to move on once you get the more in-depth breakdowns of this Titans video. But the Titans offense has the same plays as the Colts playbook. Did you know that?
Why do you like the Titans so much? I know you were chirping about it all week, and you never really gave me an insight why you like it so much.
So yesterday I tried to switch to the Jets offensive playbook, which is one thing we want to bring into practice mode. I'll bring it in over here on this side.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everything's looking good with the Browns and Pats.
So let me get the Jets offensive playbook over here. It's got gun doubles.
You love gun doubles.
No, I don't love gun doubles.
Well, it's like a base set.
It's a base set that's in every playbook, and you should really study it, know it,
That's
learn
a Draft
it, love
Champions
it, live
rank
it.
tip.
Yes. It has the very popular formation that everybody's currently running from Washington, Baltimore, San Diego.
Titans has it.
Titans has it. Titans doesn't. It's not called tight at the end of the Titans, but he lines them in basically the same spot. The guy.
I like it.
So I want to lose a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I run the Colts. It's fun. I pound the rock. It's fun.
And it has the double P.
It's got the double P. It's got gun split close. It's cool. I know those like the back of my hand.
It doesn't have gun split close. Titans.
Titans does not.
Right.
But I want to go to the Titans book, learn some of those new formations.
Expand
I want to lose a couple games because I'm like, I didn't know I could playmaker this. I didn't know to hot route that guy.
You want to lose a couple games.
I want to get organic with formations.
All right.
And just be like, this is gun doubles. This is a good formation. It's got it's got, you know what I mean? Like, I see the inside zone. I see level sail to the right.
Yeah.
I see verticals to the left. I see
verticals to the left.
I just see things, and I'm like, I want to run a playbook that has all these and use it to improve my game. So those are kind of the questions that I have. But we also have questions from you guys in the mailbag, and we've got all the regulars in the chat tonight. It's a special Thanksgiving TWIM. Usually on holiday editions, we give away free schemes, so we'll be talking a little bit about a scheme right now. So give the channel a follow, and we will be here to break down your questions. All right. First question in the mailbag. This one's from XD Train. Gibbs, does power move help defensive ends and linebackers stop the run?
In my opinion, I don't look at that to stop the run. Power move, finesse move. Again, this is my opinion playing the game for all these years. Power move, finesse move specifically for pass rushing situations. So when your opponent passes the ball, that's how effectively they're going to get a power move off. So like they'll kind of bull the tackle as they're trying to get to the quarterback. It's a finesse move. They'll do a swim move type animation trying to get after the quarterback. If you want to try and stop the run, you really want to look at ratings like strength. You look at ratings like block shed. Those are super important. Strength is going to help your defender not get blown off the ball at the snap and get pushed back. So that's really important. You want to win that push forward and have the offensive lineman kind of be in the backfield and have the running back have to run, kind of maneuver around the offensive lineman. And then block shed is how quickly the defender is going to literally get off of the block to take down the ball carrier. Some people are really big on tackle actually as well. That's like a third thing I look for. Like if you don't have the strength, you don't have the block shed. I feel like you can't get to tackle for me. So tackle, I say, is a nice to have.
Some guys like a little pursuit. Some guys like a little hit power from the DT position. Like Sue has some pretty good those ratings. But the power move to me does not happen in the run game. I don't want to say RG confirmed it because that would be putting words in RG's mouth. But on the Muttcast, RG was really going into some of the pass rush ratings on the cards and explaining exactly what they do. Mm-hmm. And he dropped a couple good nuggets like he did when he was on the show. So go check out the Muttcast, the first episode we did live on Twitch.
I'll put the link in the chat.
The other day. Gibbs will drop the link in the chat, but it's a show with Mutt Guru, who knows a ton about Mutt.
That's all you need to say.
You got RG knows a ton about gameplay. You got me there for bad jokes, and you got S Gibbs there to make sure none of us kill each other.
That's my only job. That's my only job.
You're a moderator. Wow. I mean, you're not a muck guy.
What am I?
You're decent at muck, but you're not a muck guy.
Wow.
That's just what I read on forums.
All right.
I don't know.
Cool, man. Thanks.
I don't know. Just kidding. Gibbs there's the moderator.
Thanks, man.
To keep us all in line.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's my job. My one job.
That's it. That's it.
My job is to do
He has
that.
one
and
job.
my job is to take down Mo in tonight's game of the week.
And yes,
that's my
take
one
down
job.
Mo. We wanted
I've
you
been
to focus
preparing all week for
on
it.
Mo. We wanted you to focus on Mo. All right, this is a question that once you drop that link in the chat, we're going to break down as well. Because I got to know. Mm-hmm. Going into a big game, Gibbs, what did you do to get ready for Mo?
I'll tell you that 1 second.
And I'm going to break down... we'll take the next question in the mailbag before we bust that out. But Wacko Scorpion 21 wants to know, what can I do to stop the 2-on-1 catch? So if this is the question we kind of go after every week, but if it's 2-on-1 and his opponent throws deep, he says that when he gets caught on 1-on-1, so like if you streak Ted Ginn, like he's cool if it's 1-on-1 and he gets beat, but if it's two guys, he feels bad about it.
Okay.
So what would you actually do if you have two defenders in the area? What would you do different? You don't click on.
I don't click on. I let it happen. Listen, I say 2 versus 1. I'm going to take my chances, and I'll let you throw 100 balls against 2-on-1 coverage.
You will catch some.
You're going to catch some, but
Couple.
I'm willing to give up 10 catches out of 100. I'm just that's what it's going to happen. 3rd and 10. That's how I play the game this year. On 1st and 2nd down, I blitz, I get real aggressive, and on 3rd downs, I clamp down, play big boy D, cover 2-man, 2 over the top, and make you beat me underneath.
My tip here is going to be to play receiver. So I'm actually going to use the new patch to my advantage, and I'm going to hold down A on Xbox to play the ball, and hopefully, and it does now, increases my chance to knock the ball loose. I'm not going to get a pick, but it's going to increase my chance to knock the ball out. And so the other big tip I would say, if you have two defenders, Charles Tillman, who knows what he has for man coverage rating?
Well, this is a really good tip that you're going to give. You need to look at the ratings.
You need to look at the ratings.
And you need to pay attention to what you're playing.
Correct.
You need to say, okay, if I'm going to play cover 2-man, I need to make sure that I have a high man coverage corner in a spot where I think they're going to throw it deep. I also want to make sure my safety has a high zone coverage rating if I think they're going to play zone coverage.
Correct.
Because those are the ratings that we really want to have come into effect when you get in these deep ball situations. So it's really important that you're paying attention to your ratings and not just throwing out a super fast corner and say, oh, this is old Madden. I need to have a 95 speed corner.
If he's in on the play, he's going to break it up. That's not true. If Charles Tillman has 60 man coverage and 90 zone coverage, and you play him in man coverage, and you hold down the A to play man, you're going to get a little boost from Roman Harper being in the area, but the interaction that's going to play is going to take into account Tillman's man rating, not his zone rating, because he's in a man assignment. So you're going to get a little boost to play man to rip it loose, but then other times Harper's going to be the guy who interacts with Ginn, and then you're going to get Harper's zone coverage rating. You'll get a boost from Tillman being in the area, but it's not going to, I don't believe, roll his ability if he's in zone or man coverage. So if it depends on the situation, it depends on the positioning. Two guys, you heard S. Gibbs say he doesn't click on. If I really need the drop, will go for the A button now. Before I used to always go for the pick. Now that I'm going to get a little boost, it seems, from the patch, I'm going to hold down A and knock it loose. See, I was clicking on to Harper, I played man, but my other guy got in the 2-man on his own and got the pick.
The other thing that you need to do is you need to be super hyper aware of primetime receivers, primetime tight ends. Like, I'm willing to take my shot with Ted Ginn. Like,
totally.
Yes, Ted Ginn might beat me deep, okay, with his speed, but I might be willing to use the safety on the right side and say, I need to just watch where Greg Olsen goes, and I need to worry about him and let Ted Ginn go wherever.
Look at Norman, too. Like, Norman you want in zone, not man.
Well, correct. Everyone thinks right now, oh, Norman is one of the best corners in the game.
Right.
When you look at his ratings, he's an elite corner when it comes to zone, but his man rating's a little lower, so he's not going to be as good in man coverage on those deep balls. But what I'm saying here in regards to kind of let Ted Ginn go, you got to think Ted Ginn doesn't have those elite ratings where he's going to really hurt you deep. You got to think of guys like Des Bryant, AJ Green, Mike Evans, Kelvin Benjamin. These are all guys that downfield, spectacular catching traffic. They're going to absolutely crush you if you get in a one-on-one situation. If you don't have a corner like Darrelle Revis with crazy man coverage, zone coverage. Totally. So you need to be hyper aware of where the receivers are. And what I love about that is that this is really kind of the first time we've played Madden, and as competitive players, we are fearful of those receivers outside of speed.
Right.
outside
Or
of
height.
speed or
Or height.
height. So like it's no longer like Justin Gage back in the day, Madden old school.
6'6"?
He was 6'4", but you could click onto him and get user catches all day.
Tyrone Calico?
Tyrone Calico. Didn't matter that he was like a 72 overall. Now it matters like, okay, you need to have a primetime receiver on the outside because you need to make your opponent worry about that threat whenever the chance is. If you leave him one-on-one, you're rolling the dice. It's going to be a tough
It's a
spot.
dice roll. You're going to take a chance. Guys, right now we are taking your questions for This Week in Madden on Twitter. You can tweet us at sgibbs7 at Madden Bible if you've got a question. Hit us over there. We got plenty of questions going on for later in the game of the week, but just a quick reminder that the Brain Trust is getting a brand new video in their Twitch messages. It's already in there from MStack, and then you're going to get even another bonus Thanksgiving Titans offense 15-minute video. So you got 30 minutes to watch this weekend to help up your game.
There's an interesting comment in the chat that said Perriman is not good, but he dominates. He dominates in one-on-one deep balls, like one-on-one speed deep balls. I would argue that Perriman, for the bread, you're going to throw him a short curl or slant over the middle, and what's going to happen if he gets a hit? Gonna drop the rock.
More than likely.
Like, there's a we need to be aware of, why is Perriman really dominating? Well, he's dominating because he's the fastest player in the game.
Right.
So that's something that he should dominate in. He should dominate with his speed vertically if he gets behind the defense. That's definitely something that he's doing. You can't really throw those streaks in against cover 2-man anymore in the seam because the patch came and addressed that. So it's like not really that big of a problem as it once was, but Perriman still can beat you with his speed deep.
Gotta locate.
There's not very many receivers in the game that can do that. There's not that much speed in the game like there once was.
True that. You do get all the old stuff, top slogan for subscribing. You get the inside zone defense, you get SGibbs 335 odd update, you get all the other stuff, the Zan update with his offensive under center stuff. So definitely check it out. All right, let's go back to the mailbag here. We've got a good question coming in from Panthers Kev.
Panthers Kev.
How can you remember the buttons for the setups? So he's playing defense, and he's having trouble remembering all the setups. So before the snap, he's trying to set up a blitz, and he's on the defensive side of the ball, and he's looking like me right here, and he's saying, all right, Luke Kuechly. All right, it's okay. I got to blitz him. I got to contain oh, no, I got hang on. I got to contain before I slide, because then I got a RB right stick to the right. What do you got?
Yeah, so I saw this conversation actually happening today. Guys like Hammer, UK, Panthers Kev, they're all talking. I think Ben Hope was in on it as well. They're all talking on Twitter, talking about how do they get their setups in. Panthers Kev is struggling with the setup. So one tip we always say is you have to first look at the base foundation of the play. So if the base foundation of the play is to get pressure, you need to make sure that whatever you're doing, you need to get the line crashes, the line shifts, and then the extra blitz and the movement of the player down first before you can worry about things like adding extra coverage. So, for example, if you need to, in this play, like you just did, blitz a linebacker and slide him off the left edge, you need to make sure that you get him over there first, get your line shifts in first, and then worry about a contain. Like, okay, I'm going to contain my defensive line. You got to worry that as a secondary option because the contain doesn't affect whether or not the blitz gets in.
Indeed.
So in some cases it can, contain. You might use a contain to get a blitz in, but you need to get the foundation of it done first.
My tip would be if you're having trouble remembering the buttons on the blitz, you have to get repetitions in practice mode. That's the number one thing you can do is you got to get comfortable with the setups and you got to talk to yourself why you do it. So LB left, RB left, RB right stick left. You got to kind of end up singing yourself a song. So LB left, RB left, RB right stick left. So like you've got to base the line, press, shift the line left, crash the line down. Like you've got to kind of just get into a rhythm with your setup. So every time you come out, base the line, press, shift your line left, shift your backers left, global left.
Spit it false.
Just like talk yourself through the setup.
Yeah.
Because it's hard for me to remember the setups, to be honest, until I start to do them over and over and over and over again. It's like anything.
Have you heard
where Gibbs is better at remembering a lot of setups and a lot of little intricacies, but I don't think he's even recalling them from I don't even know if he's recalling them from memory or if he's just thinking like, okay, I sent it right and I did this. Now I want to send it left, so I must just do this.
Yes. I was gonna bring up
You know what I mean?
yeah, I was gonna bring up I'm sure you've heard the rap, which I'm going to need a man beater. Like,
Yeah.
is that not funny? I just made me think of a Madden rap, and it's like, oh, I think that I found myself a man beater. Awesome.
Classic.
Very funny.
Very funny. All right, here we go. That's what you can sing to yourself and kind of get it done. What have you done, Gibbs, for the game of the week to prepare yourself to take on Serious Mo?
All right.
What have you actually done?
Should I show what I've been doing first? This is important.
Okay.
Okay. You have gun doubles?
On the Jets, yeah, I should.
Okay. This is very something specific because I know he's using the Dallas playbook. I've scouted him. I've watched him.
Where do you watch them?
YouTube. I just go to YouTube. I check him out. He's a couple of his games were on the Coach K.
Tournament.
Yeah, tournament. So Coach K's tournament. So I watched some of those videos, and I just know that he's comfortable in gun doubles. I'm sure he's got a scout on me too, so he'll be able to lab against me as well. But so if you go to gun doubles, there's one play specifically that I just need to make sure I stop, and that is he loves FL middle, but I need to really worry about why Sailor Z spot will get it done. Go to Z spot. Z spot is the play. Yeah, Z spot. Yeah, you got Z spot right there. So Z spot is the play that really I need to really focus on. So this is my way I'm going to try and stop it. So I'm going to use the 3-3-5 odd.
He is watching.
I know he's watching, and that's fine. I mean, I gotta do everything I can to try and stop it. So this is the formation that I'm going to try and stop it from. My first setup is going to be something that looks a lot like this, right? I'm really worried about playing man-to-man and having him beat me over the top with a speed receiver, like a Lockett type. So try a little bit of man-to-man. What I like about this is you can't tell if I'm playing man, if I'm playing zone. So I'm going to have to try and mix those coverages up, hopefully confuse him. He's a great player, so he probably won't be that confused. But if you streak B here, this route combination is my biggest concern with the inside zone. I need to clamp down the box. My job is to play with the safety here. I'm going to try and come off this left edge here to stop the run, and then hopefully I get pressure off that edge, and I can stop the flat and corner combo with the flat and the buzz zone on the right side. And then I have to do a great job of mixing up my defensive coverages, because what's going to end up happening is he can take a shot deep if I'm in zone here, right? So if you play zone, he can take a shot deep, pressure coming off that right edge, but he can do this. He can win those battles.
Oh,
like,
sure.
I'm going to end up giving him a couple of those battles, and it's up to him to find the opportunity for it. I will say though, I'm gonna throw in this. I'm gonna throw this mix in right here, right? You're gonna expect one thing, right? And okay, snap of the ball, and snap of the ball. Uh-oh, it's 2-man under this time, and now you better be ready for that, right? That's the one thing I'll say is that I'm gonna try and catch you off guard, mix up my coverages, disguise pressure from both sides of the field, and I'm gonna try and win that game of getting him to make a wrong decision at the wrong time when he's anticipating something else. It's going to be very difficult to do, I'll say, because Mo is one of the best players in the entire world, and he's got his offense down like Pat.
He has the offense down. He plays a specific style. He's been running it all season. He's very familiar with ranked teams. He runs the Seahawks. So it's going to be a challenge. The gun doubles formation, very, very solid. We saw him run that at the Madden Challenge. Use different motions. Gibbs will be ready to adapt. It's going to be a big game tonight. Hopefully you guys are ready to tune into that.
I'm getting a little
Get a little like excitement.
Like I'm feeling like I want to get back in this competitive world. You know,
for sure.
Let's go. Mo might. I think Mo's probably watching. Mo's in here.
Yeah, he is. He'll be in the chat soon.
It's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna. I'm gonna have. Listen, if I'm gonna win tonight, I have to play the perfect game. I don't think Mo has to play a perfect game to beat me.
Yeah. I got Mo by 4. As a 4-point favorite, I don't think he's. That's not my prediction. I got him beating you by 21.
I gotta win.
It's a 4-point if you're in Vegas.
I gotta play a perfect game, and I gotta get 2 turnovers. If I don't get 2 turnovers, I don't feel that confident in beating him.
How many? Problem got 2 turnovers. Tweezy got 1, but he
two.
gave it right back.
I need
guy
2.
Came out of the end zone.
I need 2.
So the game should be locked in by 9:30. We've got a lot of tips. We're gonna give away free schemes tonight. So we got a lot going on. So don't go anywhere. It will be happening later on the show. Gibbs, good question here.
Hit me, Lou.
How do you tell if your MUT items are playing well? I give my guys verbal warnings, but what do you look for to know if the player you just spent a gazillion coins on is actually performing well?
I'd put him in a situation to have success, and then I let him organically either crumble or become
Yeah.
a stud, right? So what I mean by that is, for example, like on that last setup we just had there with why Sale, like if we go right back to that, what I like to do is I really what matters to me the most is zone coverage, and when I'm obviously running this, right? And so I'll put a safety here into this buzz. That's like my base setup, right? So what ends up happening is though I want to test the linebackers, right? I want to test how good is my linebacker zone coverage, and if can I just with one hot route, one only, can I click on to buzz him? And now am I going to get him to drop back where I need him to based on play recognition
And it's
zone
specifically
coverage?
a player that you bought for a zone coverage role.
Specifically for zone. Like, I'm going to show you something real quick here. And he got back. Kuechly got back.
Yeah.
But this is, to me, these are little things that you look at when you're looking at ratings, play recognition, pursuit, how quickly the players identify things, right? So let's take a look. At the snap of the ball, I want you to take a look at Kuechly, right? Watch Kuechly. Snap of the ball. What's he doing?
Chilling.
He's chilling. He's like,
You need that bro to bail.
I need him to go way quicker.
Do you think you have to pass him to get him to bail?
Don't know. I mean, so that's that step right there,
Are you
right?
giving him a verbal warning for not dropping back
That's
faster?
kind of one verbal warning, but it might be the buzz zone that I'm putting him on, right? So if I go like this, right? Let me now say, okay, let me put him on a flat, and let me put the safety on a buzz. Now let's see if he goes any quicker on the flat. Snap of the ball. Hot right guy, yeah. Okay, so did you see the difference there? Maybe it's the buzz. Maybe it's the buzz that's the problem for Kuechly because he has to drop too far back and his zone coverage rating is not high enough. I mean, these are all things you have to consider. Like we can't just assume one thing. It
could be his zone coverage. Could be his.
So when Farrell says Gibbs is a player much like Tweezy, they sit in practice mode and they are methodical, right? So I sit in practice mode and I test these things out to determine, okay, what matters to me. Because if I put him on a flat zone and I put another linebacker on a flat zone and I see a small discrepancy in how quickly they break into the flat, I instantly value a zone coverage rating much higher up my board. But when I drop them into a buzz zone, I got to then think, well, I can't drop linebackers unless they have a 90 threshold, 90 zone coverage to get into the buzz because they're not going to drop back quick enough. So these are all things you have to kind of consider and think about when you're picking players and adjusting. Like, I can't put Kuechly into that purple zone, that buzz zone, if he's not going to have the high enough rating. And I can't say that's Kuechly's fault. That's more of like a ratings threshold. And then you just got to see, do they make plays? Like, if I throw a ball at him, Kuechly jumped up and swatted that ball.
Right.
That's a check. Good job, Kuechly.
But do you want to pick sometimes?
You want to pick. But, like, it's better than him letting the ball soar over his head. That's why Rondé Barber, I gave him a verbal warning because I gave him a couple of verbal warnings because he just let the ball sail over his head too many times. And I thought maybe it's his height. Maybe it's his height, and that's what's causing that. So, I mean, there's a lot of things you got to kind of go into consideration. Are they jumping to swat the ball on their own? Are they going for hit sticks on their own? These are all things that you got to consider.
I agree with you. When I purchase a mud item, what I'm looking for is whatever rating made me want to buy that player. I really only buy players if it's something very, very specific that I like to see. So if it's LaShawn McCoy and he has 99 agility, when I buy that McCoy, if I see a lane and I can't left stick cut to get to that lane, well, then he gets a verbal warning because you have one job, McCoy. You're in there because you're agility. If it's RG3 and he's scrambling out of the pocket and he can't get the acceleration he needs to get to the corner, can't have it. Randall Cunningham, like Tom Brady, if Tom Brady scrambles up the middle and he doesn't get the first down, I don't yell at Tom Brady.
Can't. That's not his strength.
Right. So Brian Dawkins is supposed to have a hammer.
Supposed to.
And Terrell Davis
Need it.
ate his lunch yesterday on Mutt Lunch. Brian Dawkins got trucked by Terrell Davis, and I was like, B-Doc, that's a verbal warning. You're making the squad look bad out here. So I give verbal warnings to my Mutt players because I like to, if I put them in a specific situation and they don't make the play for the specific thing they're put in. If Deion Sanders is in a flat zone, shaded underneath, and he doesn't break on a late thrown flat ball, that's a verbal warning. How you get a non-verbal warning, the opposite of a verbal warning, if you get praised by, say, it's man-to-man coverage, Deion Sanders, and my opponent runs corner strike, a route that's going to beat man. If I don't do anything on that side of the field, if I just don't even think corner strike's coming, I just got one man defender over there, and Deion makes a pick, that gets you the opposite because that's you're not supposed to win there without.
That's like +2.
Right.
You weren't supposed to be there.
It's not like if I dropped the purple and then Dion didn't make a play on corner strike.
Right.
But if he's manned up, that's how you get a positive reinforcement for something that I didn't tell you to do on the field. The other tip I'll give you guys is you want to use statistics in after the show, like after the game, you want to go into the box score and look at ratings because this happens to everybody, Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Dawkins gets trucked.
Mm-hmm.
It's forever etched in my memory that Terrell Davis ate his mutt lunch on Brian Dawkins.
Yeah, that's a you thing. That's a you problem.
Brian Dawkins could have had 10 tackles in that game.
Yeah. Right.
But
that's
only
the
one
that
play
stands out.
mattered.
Right.
So you need to go to the box score, look at tackles, look at passes defended, look at the actual stats, look at the carries, yards after contact, look at the actual catches you had with the receiver, and be like, oh, I didn't realize Wes Welker had 7 catches in that game because all I remember is the one catch he fumbled.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater if you secretly have a guy who's performing pretty well, getting a couple sacks. Cameron Wake, Justin Tuck, are these guys getting sacks or are they not getting sacks? Because I'm not noticing. That's what the box score is good for after the game to recap what you got going on, in my opinion. So let's jump back into the next mailbag question. Reminder, we're taking your Twitter questions tonight. This is a good one coming in from Donut77.
What kind of donut is your favorite donut?
Boston cream. Keep going. What do you got?
Just straight chocolate glazed. Straight shooter.
I'm going to have to argue. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. You can't just say straight chocolate glazed.
Why?
Like it's
I
a
did.
normal donut.
It's a normal donut.
No, a donut is like a Homer Simpson donut.
Like plain, dip it in your coffee,
If you're like,
soak it up.
Yeah,
nom, nom, nom,
that's
nom,
the
nom.
donut I like. If you just say like plain, straight
By the
up,
way, have you ever enjoyed a donut dipped in coffee?
terrible.
It's not good.
Stale donut's like the only thing I could possibly think of.
Yeah.
That's the donut you get. You can't just say like, oh, I'm just like a straight up, double. It's like, hey, what do you like from Starbucks? Oh, a straight up double caramel macchiato with extra sugar. It's like, no, straight up black coffee.
That's not no.
That's what
that's
you're
not. That's That would be a straight up coffee. Would be like, hey, straight up coffee, just cream and sugar, straight up. Like that's
straight up black.
But that no, see you. That's how you. We both drink coffee black, okay? But like most people, I would say don't. Like you go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Most people don't order
No,
chocolate glaze.
you go to Dunkin' Donuts and you would say it's fair to say, in my opinion, oh, give me a straight up coffee, just cream and sugar, please, straight up, straight, like a glazed donut, chocolate glazed. In my opinion, those are straight up donuts. Give me glazed, straight up glazed. Give me straight up chocolate glazed.
Can't even. All right. How do you call plays depending on the hash mark? So for play calling 101, you want to definitely use the hash marks to your advantage. In college football, hash marks so much more pronounced than they are in NFL. NFL, they're a little more balanced, but you definitely want to throw the open side of the field. One formation we see this in is gun split close.
Mm-hmm.
Gun split close, you always want to have 2 receivers going to the open side of the field. You want the corner route to go to the open side of the field. So with this, like RB, he doesn't have as much room to operate. Potentially now the CB on the right is lined up closer to him than he might be if he was on the other side, and that's where you're going to get some trouble in the seam. If you were going to run and try... This is a weird quick audible. But quick toss. If you're going to run quick toss, you must have... or sweep, you want to be running it to the open side of the field. You don't want to be running it to the short side because look how many defenders you're going to have.
Well, the problem is when you run the short side, the sideline becomes the 12th defender.
Right, sideline to boundary is your defender.
Well, that's the biggest thing for the defense is that the boundary is the 12th defender.
Right.
So the defense always has the advantage.
So you'd much rather run this formation this way, have these dudes break from left to right towards the open side of the field.
Or if you're going to run like a corner route, they're going to break out there. Or if they're running left to right, they have more room to run.
Right. So you don't want to throw this route to Cottree if you're on the other side of the field because it's going to be way too tight of a window. Mm-hmm. So you do want to run it to the open side of the field. It's always something you want to take into account. You don't want to only always run your plays to the short side or to the left side or to the right side. You want to adapt.
The same thing, real quick, the same thing goes for defense. So, for example, right, say if I set this defense up right here, I feel confident to take like this hook or this flat. I feel confident to take that away.
Because you think if I call like a quick pass...
there's not a lot of room over there. Even if you do throw a quick pass to the sideline, like, you're going to run out of bounds.
Right.
Or I'll have time to get to you. Like, it's open, throw it to him. Okay, fine. Like that, I'm okay with that. Like, if you run that same combo on the left, I would bet you're going to get more yards. So, like, let's just do this right here.
You could drag Olsen too on this side because you're gonna have a lot of room.
So check it. Say if I do this, I do a similar situation here, right here. So if you now here I'm here, I'm here. Like, now you have all that extra room. Like you have room to make people miss. Like,
right.
So same thing goes on defense. Feel better about leaving the flat uncovered on the short side of the field. That's exactly why cover 6 defenses have come into existence, right? So when you see a cover 6 defense, it looks a lot like this, right? Something like this, right? Cover 6 looks something like that. And the whole idea of the cover 6 is on the open side of the field, you want to play the flat on the open side because they're more likely to throw a pass over that side of the field on the flat.
Gotcha. Cool. All right, let's keep digging through the mailbag. Reminder for Brain Trust subscribers tonight. I saw we got a few new guys in here. Check your Twitch messages for M-Stacks under center scheme from the Chiefs playbook. We've also got a bonus Thanksgiving, because we're thankful to have you guys, a Titans offensive video flying in after the show. If you subscribe during the show tonight, you'll get both videos after the show, plus all the old stuff. Gibbs 335 defense, M-Stacks inside zone defense. You got Zan in there with a nice scheme from under center as well. So there's a ton of stuff in the Brain Trust group. Make sure to take a look.
Hey, shout out to Young Showtime 118 for following the channel. All the dudes following the channel tonight. Totally appreciate you guys hanging out watching This Week in Madden show 172 with Zach and I.
Here we go. Best zone defensive setup out of Big Dime 146.
Great question.
Very good question. Fernandez 22. As you know, the Big Dime 146 is the formation I use to call cover 2 man from.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can call cover 2 zone. There's a big tip on this that I would give. So don't call anything, but cover 2 man is what I come out in. Go to the cover 2 zone.
Okay. Any day now.
So cover 2 is right there.
Yeah.
But the quick audible
Cover 2 sync
is cover 2 sync, not cover 2 zone. So if you come out and cover 2 man, and you're playing S. Gibbs, who knows how to beat man-to-man coverage, so you want to call cover 2 zone to make it look like it and protect the flat, you quick audible thinking that it's cover 2, but it's cover 2 sync, which is terrible at covering the flats in the outside.
Terrible.
And now you're in trouble. So if you want to call cover 2 from Big Dime, you got to call actual cover 2. But do you have another zone coverage? You like cover 4 drop maybe?
I'm going to go the safest thing here, the Big Dime 146 cover 2 or cover 4. Really, my whole point when I play zone is either I'm going to blitz from it, get real aggressive and blitz, or if I'm going to play any type of cover 4 zone, I want to play cover 4 because if you streak Brown here, X receiver, if you streak Brown and you throw it to him deep, what's going to end up happening is I should have a good shot at getting the two defenders over there. Like, he's almost like he gets there. If you let the play develop more and there's more room, you don't have to do it. But cover 4 is going to give you a better chance at defending a one-on-one vertical. Like, get Olsen out of there, put him on a drag or something. Like, there you go. So that's going to give me a better chance to defend that deep vertical with 2 defenders. So now I can play zone, but it's like I'm playing 2-man, cover 2-man. So, like, we always say all the time, third downs, you should play cover 2-man. Well, people are like, well, I don't want to play. So you're saying I have to play cover 2-man every single play of the game? No, you don't. But, like, if you want to play zone, I would recommend play cover 4 because it's going to give you the best shot at stopping those deep balls downfield. But still, you're going to protect a lot of underneath stuff. Like you see here, 2 defenders. That's the goal right there. 2 defenders against 1 receiver. And that's why I like cover 4 zone.
And then you got Lake Norman with an elite zone coverage rating, going to be making picks at a high level with that, being in that coverage. The other thing, there's Ben Hove put in the Brain Trust, Ben Hove 7 in the chat here. He's got a Big Dime 146 blitz that brings pressure from there. So check that play out if you're in the Brain Trust. It's just another way to add more pressure to this set. Once again, I'm a 2-man guy from it, but you do definitely have to mix up your zone coverages. And what I like...
I guess the best players you do.
If you're in zone coverage with this Big Dime, there's a lot you can do. Like, you could drop a purple with Gin Jun, like where Gin is the outside deep right. Like you can put that guy in a purple if you think it's going to be a corner. You still got a deep zone. You can then put there's just a ton you can do to mix up, and that's what I was doing against you on Sunday. I was just trying to hey, here's a bunch of zones.
How'd that work?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. You scored
good.
16 points or something like that with a 90-something overall team. So I felt pretty good about it.
That's good.
Yeah, it's cool. And you also threw a lot of picks. Mm-hmm. So you can't throw picks tonight against Mo because you will not win if you do.
I got to get 2 turnovers, and I can't give up turnovers.
But you pass a lot, so you throw picks. That was your excuse the other day.
I do pass a lot.
You gonna ride with that?
I do pass a lot, and because you pass a lot, you will throw interceptions. Yeah, fact. That's why I say that.
I don't know if that's a direct correlation or a causation.
No.
I always get correlation, causation messed up. But
the more I throw, the more I'll throw picks. Fact. That's a fact for just about anybody. The more you throw, you're going to throw more interceptions. I also said tonight, if I'm going to win, I have to play the perfect game. A perfect game, I can't throw any picks. So I have to play a perfect game. I have to make perfect reads. I got to be perfect all the time. I can't make any mistakes.
But you're saying when you don't play somebody as good as Mo, it's okay if you make mistakes.
No. That's my scheme is I pass before I run for the most part. Oh, great play.
That was
I pass the ball before I run. I'm a pass first mentality. The give and take with that is that I'm going to most likely throw more interceptions in the process because I'm passing more.
Shout out as well in the chat to Primetime KCS. He helped lab those blitzes with Ben Hope. There's one from Quarters in there, and there's one from Big Time. Cool dudes. Always good in the Brain Trust. Always good to have those guys. All right, next question in the mailbag. I'll stop trolling S. Gibbs for 4 minutes. Can we get a quick Jets offensive playbook scheme? This one's coming in from Big Slow 17.
You have the Jets offense?
You know it. So we're going to take a look right now at a quick Jets offensive playbook scheme. And with draft champions becoming in vogue right now, draft champions ranked, everyone trying to get in the Madden Challenge, people need multiple schemes. So the first thing up is gun doubles. You have inside zone as probably one of the better runs in the game. It's got that. It's got drive sail with the corner route going to the left. And it then has Z-spot, which we showed you earlier. If you streak B, the receiver on the blue route, you now have a sail concept on the right. You basically make the play, Y sail. And you're going to have a corner, a flat, a streak. It's going to be very difficult for your opponent to defend. What I do like about this Jets offensive playbook is you have the gun bunch weak, which is always a good formation. You then have this super popular formation, gun, trips Y, flex, tight. So it has all of the necessary plays to be a great formation. And we'll talk about these 4 plays, package them together, and you can win with any playbook that has these plays, and it's in a lot of playbooks. So inside zone, flood halfback angle, PA cross shot, and verticals.
And level
sail. So 5 plays.
Yeah.
Very, very tough. Just, you've seen us run kind of the Colts. What I do with the Colts is inside zone, flat pass, 4 verts, kind of mix it up. You come out in the flood play. You've got the inside zone as your quick run audible. You have verticals as a play to go deep. Olsen on the drag, not going to get pressed. I might streak Stewart. I might option route Stewart. I'll mix up some different routes. You can drag Cotchery, but you want to get your fastest receiver where Cotchery is, but you can also drag him. And depending on what you think it's going to be, use some playmaker. Good play by Gibbs right there to get back, but those 2 plays are tough. The angle route's tough because sometimes it's going to be Stewart going out to the flat, but other times it's going to be him cutting back to the middle. Right there, Keekly did a good job.
Your Xbox checking?
Yeah, I believe it's probably from the custom playbook, if I had to guess. But we should also reset the powers because it's been on for like 96 hours in a row before we play the game. So you have that. We're going to show you then just the level sail play. And this is a popular scheme you see online, but everyone's running some variation of this from different sets. We've been running the inside zones since I saw it happen before the game was even out. I played an opponent who had a tough scheme from a shotgun inside zone. I was like, this is it. This is what I need to find out about. Then you had the double P. But the level sail play is kind of the other play. You want to make different route combos on the left, probably drop a flat route. But Olsen getting pressed is really the only caveat to that formation that I've seen.
Yeah.
So if they are going to press Olsen, you can drag him and get him out of the way. But you'll want to use the alignment of Stewart, hopefully to leak out to the flat, depending on who's covering him more and more. So you got the inside zone, the verticals play, the angle when you need to... If they start overplaying this route, hit them with the angle coming back over the middle. You've got the gun doubles in this playbook. You got the gun bunch that we talked about.
Gun bunch.
Anything
gun
else? I know
gun bunch quads.
And then you have gun bunch quads. What else? What did you like from the gun bunch quads? You ran this Jets for a little bit, right?
Yeah. The gun bunch quads, very similar to the gun empty bunch. So I like to run it flipped. That's my thing. So go down to... Really what makes everything work here is if you go to bunch trail. Bunch trail, that's the play that makes it all work. So I'll show you why. If I come out here, so if man to man, you can always find ways to beat man. Drags, hitches, slants, motion, right? So you can always kind of find a way to beat man. But zone, you always need the route combinations to beat zone. So in this play right here, all you need to do is put RB on a flat, right? So now, that's what I like about this formation. It's a quick audible, number one, and I just need to put RB on a flat and the snap of the ball. You're gonna be able to throw that corner route.
If you get time, you can hit punches.
It's not you get time; it just gets wide open.
Oh,
like it just the route combination. But what's also great is that you have that trail route, which is gonna be really good. So say I start getting cute and I start sending blitzes and blah blah blah, right? The trail route. This is a typical setup. Send something like this, right? Blitz. The trail route is kind of super tough because it breaks out over the middle of the field where a lot of blitzes might come from, right?
Right.
You had to come back around the outside. You could streak that. So great formation. You got a deep post on the far left, which is really nice. So a lot of different things you can do from this set. I love that the run audible down is quarterback draw.
Yes.
People are going to pass commit a ton from this set, so that's super super cool. There's just a lot you can do. From this set, something I want to look into more. I'm really involved with the gun split close again from the Browns and Pats, but the KC book and Jets book are two playbooks that are high on my roster because
very strong.
Because they have bunch quads, and then they have that formation you're talking about as well.
Right, definitely the KC playbook. I had a little more success with the KC playbook than the Jets playbook yesterday, just in a one-game sample, but. I think you want to check that out. Plus, as we mentioned, you got the new I-form Twins flex scheme from Stack to go with the Chiefs. So there's a lot to like in these playbooks. That's a little breakdown for Big Slow of this Jets offensive scheme. All right, next question in the mailbag. Coming in from Maine South Danny Gibbs on your thoughts. Does the jumping rating on a CB matter?
I'm just, in my opinion, I think it does matter. It's not something I look at like I used to. I used to look at height and I would look at jump and I'd be like, okay, I got the foundation of a great corner right now. Madden 09, Derek Brown, 97 speed, 6'4", and he had like 99 jump, close to that, right? That to me was the foundation of a great corner in Madden. It's, in my opinion, it's a rating that is now a nice to have. Sure, give me 95 jump on Josh Norman. I'm not gonna say no. But
right.
I'm not going to go out and say...
Do you think it's more important for, like, a middle linebacker? Or it's just not important really at all?
I haven't necessarily seen 99 jump pay off. Like, you used to see it back in the day. You'd see a guy literally sky and get animations that they never got before. But I don't see that now, so now I'm like, okay, well, jump just isn't necessarily as important to me as it once was. That's how good that trail route is, by the way.
Yeah, it's deep. It's a lot... You're right. It's
right.
A lot deeper than I thought it was going to be.
But... I'm not going to say you got to say it's no good, but I'm going to say it's something that is a nice to have. It's something that's not. It's something that shouldn't be on top of your list of what is going to make a great corner.
Which we definitely hit up on youtube.com/cfarls.
You got to look at things more important like man coverage, zone coverage, catching, pursuit, press, play recognition. Those things are all more important, in my opinion, of a foundation of a great corner in Madden.
For sure. All right, next question in the mailbag. We are going to be talking about the best passing plays from 15 yards and in. This poor guy, Ariel's getting bogged down in the red zone. Could be a lady, who knows. Best passing plays from 15 yards and in. Gibbs, what are your thoughts on chucking the rock from this area?
You definitely, some type of play action can be super effective in this part of the area, part of the field. Also, screens are going to be effective. Any routes out of the
Screens are
backfield.
extremely effective in this area. I think
Yep.
it's one of the most underrated areas of the field is to throw screens. Where I just threw is one of the most dangerous areas to throw because that is Pick Six City.
Yep.
Brock Lesnar has Suplex City. That area of the field is Pick Six City. You got to be extremely careful when you throw there. Guys break down and they will go all the way.
Go I-form. Give me I-form Pro Twins. Like, this to me, immediately, I'm going to go to like a PA Power O. Yeah, I'm going to look at this. Something super simple. And this is PA fullback flat is going to work. This is something that is just something that I kind of adopted from Mole. And I kind of look at the way Mole played. And the way Mole plays is very similar to how his Minnesota Vikings play. A lot of running the ball, and then a lot of play action that's off the same run. So, like, I have to respect that. And then you can see that you get all these routes that open up based on the play action because the linebacker's going to jump the run a little bit, and then the routes get behind it. So, I would just say think of your power run sets, like your PA or your halfback tosses, fullback dive, those type sets, and then look for the play action runs off of that. I'd also say any type of trail route. So plays like Texas, where the halfback come out of the backfield.
Yeah, halfback angle route. So if you actually go into your playbook and you sort by concept, you will see the concept Texas, and this is a great way to find it, especially if you're in a newer playbook. I believe it is.
You just had it.
Is it on?
You just had it. You keep going by it right there.
I always think it's alphabetical.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah.
So you get this mid-attack plays in most playbooks from I-form.
All those plays are going to be good.
They have these built-in outs, actually, as I mentioned, pick six area of the field, but kind of worth it because people really don't expect to see those routes. But this mid-attack is an area you want to attack. The other thing you can do, depending on what quarterback you're using and accuracy and the size, hold LB when you throw. So it's tough. Cam Newton in practice mode's struggling today, but if you have a quarterback with 90 medium accuracy,
right, you got to get
you can throw the high pass.
One other thing I'll say that I've seen work, and I've seen this. I've seen other guys in the community use this quite a bit. Go to a trip set. Just go to like trips. Go to that one set that you like so much, the trips Y flex type thing. Yeah, right there. Go to four verticals. Yeah, go to verticals and say if you get zone, this could be pretty effective. So this makes a lot of sense, right? So if I am in this set right here, just put X on an out, just a quick out. Now snap and you're gonna throw it to him. No, just one out. Don't smell at it. Just snap, throw it to him. He's gonna break and he's gonna get open because all the other routes on the field are pulling deep.
That's pretty.
And that's a quick break out that is going to be difficult to defend. Obviously, if they're in cover two, it's going to be a little easier. But I've started to see this like people are starting to do this to me, and I've seen other people do it on stream. So, and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
The other
makes
thing
too much sense
that people like to do, some guy did this to me the other day, is PA shot wheel, probably.
Yeah.
That's the area of the field they target.
You don't
I don't have it in this.
No.
That's my one beef with this playbook. It's a pretty tough concept to defend, but
you're thinking the gun split close, the PA close halfback play.
No, I'm
the
looking,
play action with a halfback wheel out of the backfield.
PA shot wheel. No, I'm looking for like
a
wheel from
route.
the slot.
Go to single back doubles. See if it has it. Right there. See if it has it. Right there. PA draw shot.
Yeah, so something like this. A tender area, something like this. So they hit Cautry.
You want to cancel the play action, but
yeah, it's easier with a trip set, I think, because there's a lot more traffic and you expect it to go left to right. But people do find pretty good ways to target where Cautry goes.
Yeah. So here's what I'll say. I use a play very similar to that, but. It's from my man Tweezy, my man Twizzlers. So if you want to learn more about that play, I would say hit up Tweezy. He could definitely kind of shed some light on how he sets that up and why he runs it and why it's effective against blitzes or zone blitzes. So take a look into Tweezy, see if he can give you some help on that. But that's definitely a very, very good play, especially in the red zone.
Guys, quick shout out in the chat to
RG.
RG Madden 1. As you know, RG analyst over at EA. We were talking about how he breaks down the game today, about all he knows about the ratings. Follow him on Twitter, RG_Madden. You will get a lot of insight. He's big in on this Madden challenge. He is dying to see S. Gibbs against serious Mo tonight. RG was there when Mo played Problem last week. We had the EA stream going on, and it was quite a battle. So Mo, Seahawks team with the Cowboys offense, Cowboys defense against Gibbs, looking to go with Cleveland offense. Bengals as his team. What defense are you using?
Patriots defense. Real quick, guys, I put a link in the chat. Make sure you go follow RG on Twitter. He just started his Twitter account. Well, he had a Twitter account, but he's just now letting the world know about his Twitter account the past couple of weeks. So go give him a follow. He is a great guy, great asset to have in the Madden community. He's part of the Muttcast, part of the panel on the Muttcast. So make sure give RG the respect that he deserves as part of the Madden community. And real quick, I want to give a shout out to my man Broccoli in my pocket. He asked, "Is this live or is this pre-recorded?"
Oh, we're live.
Broccoli, you should get the answer by us answering this question for you right now, pal. We indeed are live.
Broccoli, don't buy it. We have a time machine. We knew you were going to ask this question. We went back in time, recorded this, put it up as a...
This is my time machine noise. Do you have a time machine noise?
It's pretty good. I don't think I can beat that.
I got that from Greg Jennings. Oh, Greg. He did
that. Okay, so...
You really don't have a time machine noise?
B-Cake wants to know what's new in the Brain Trust this week. We've already gone over this a couple times, but just so you know... Check your Twitch messages if you are subscribed to the channel. I know we got some sub-hype tonight, so new sub-hype will be getting this Titans offensive scheme after the show. Everyone will get it. And then you also have, this will be coming out, KC run offense from M-Stack. Really nice scheme. That's coming out. You also get all of the old stuff in the Brain Trust. Gibbs 335 odd update. Gibbs Miami update. Zan's Brain Trust update. M-Stack's defense. We talked about Prime and Ben Hove's. Blitzes, that is 4 subs to the channel. All the old stuff plus the Brain Trust group. All right, next mailbag question. Yes.
Question for you is it? I had a great question. This came from Seti the other night. He said, "Is a hot dog more of a sandwich or a taco?"
Can't do it. All right, ML Troller.
Wow.
Top 5 user safeties under 50K. What do you got for me?
Top 5 user safeties under 50K. I mean, is Glover Quinn, is he under the 50K mark yet? He's close to it?
80,000.
Is he 80K? Let's look at a quick number crunch.
What about this?
Yeah. Oh, you already... Oh, you think you're so cool when you pre-do it. Good for you, man. Good
Sorry
for you.
to do a little research.
Oh, good for you.
All right. Good for you. So, my top 5 user safeties. Number 1's Bakari Rambo. I think if you're going to user a safety, you need to have some hit power. Otherwise, it's kind of useless to user. So, Bakari Rambo's up above 90 speed and 90... hit power. The only 2 safeties above 90 speed and 90 hit power under 50K are Landon Collins Team of the Week and Bakari Rambo Team of the Week. This Ron Parker doesn't have the hammer, but he has the speed and zone coverage and excel. So I do like him, plus he's got really high man. He's not the best user, but I just wanted to throw him out there as well. You also have LaRon Landry. The only reason he's on the list is because he has 98 hit power. Calvin Pryor also has 98 hit power. That's his road to the playoffs. I like what he brings to the table. The Deshaun Goldson has a really nice blend. I think he's a little slower with 87 speed, 82 zone maybe, but he's got a pretty nice hit stick as well. Gibbs talks a lot about the Roy Williams strong safety. He's still 100K or so, but your thoughts about using the Roy Williams?
There's one guy I think maybe you missed. I just want to take a look at his stats. Taylor Mays, I think 71 base Taylor Mays. He's got 92 speed. He's got some height, which is good for a user.
Height.
Doesn't have a ton of pop in his bat, but 86 hit power. I just like the fact that you got a 6'3" guy with.
What's his zone coverage though?
Zone coverage 71.
Yeah, so that's my fear a little bit.
But again, user safety.
True.
Running around the field making user plays.
This guy was using Deion Buchanan already. I'm trying to get him out of the 1 to 3,000 coin range up to like the 30 to 50,000 coin range. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So. I do like the Taylor Mays. I love a little height in my user. I love some hit power in there as well.
See, if you're controlling a user
there's
player,
no real good strong safety.
If you're going to user a good defender, you want them to have more. Like, the question about jump earlier.
Yeah.
Like I would want my user defender to have more jump because I'm controlling. I'm telling him when to jump. You know.
Right,
So
right.
that's a difference we kind of missed earlier.
Another, I believe that there was a free item that came out today, new strong safety. So check your items for that. If you're into Ultimate Team, there's a new.
So is that
new
only a
item there.
strong safety or is that any safety?
I think he meant strong safety, but you got anybody at France?
The Laurent Landry, the Calvin Pryor definitely is still good. You're looking at purely the Mark Barron, 96 hit power, 89 speed, 6'2". That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. A little low in the zone, but I like it.
That's pretty good. The Rambo, very good as well, obviously. Barry Church. Pretty good. Not bad. A little slower. What else we got? Deshaun Goldson, you talked a little bit about. Yeah, those are about right, those guys. The Darian Stewart, a little cheaper, but pretty good. 93 hit power.
That's pretty good.
5'11".
Pretty good item. Pretty good item.
Swearinger, also very good.
Al Swearingen.
A little slow.
All right. Let's go to
Wait a second. You missed a big guy. Will Hill.
Will Hill.
90 zone, 58K, 92 hit power. A little slow. 6'1", a little slow. 86 speed.
He's good.
Okay.
He's pretty good.
All right.
He's 6,000 over the budget, but that's just a couple solos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reset files.
Let's reset this bad boy. Talk about the new MUT rewards that came out today.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I haven't checked yet, but I got an email that said tickets. A couple tickets for Draft Champs Ranked for being a MUT rewards. I don't know how many. I don't know when. I don't know why. I don't know how. But that's what I saw. So let me know in the chat if you guys got those. Next thing is a quick look at a quarters defensive scheme. So the reason we want to explore quarters is because there's quarters normal, quarters 1 through 7 in every defensive playbook. True or false?
True.
So this way, if you're in Draft Champions, you don't have to worry about 3-4 or 4-3. In Draft Champs, you're not going to have quite the right personnel every time, but you can draft towards it, and you're going to have success potentially with the scheme. So talk a little bit about a couple plays you like.
Yeah, so we're going to go over DB Strike 1. This is a universal play that kind of people run, so that's why we'll go over it. There's another play I want to shout out to the movement, the problem movement. I know that problem uses the FZ 2 deep quarters, 1 through 7 quarters normal quite a bit. We're not going to go over that because that's a problem movement. That's a problem type play, but if you want to learn more about that, definitely go talk to Problem, go check it out, see if you can see what he has going on with his setups and his plays, and that's something that he adds to this entire scheme to kind of make it better. But one thing we'll say here is DB Strike 1 could be the foundation of a defense that you have.
It's been good for 3 years.
It's pretty good. I mean, this is the play. If you throw back all the way to Madden when we started,
05.
This
Alan Rossum
this was your
blitzing
play.
off the edge.
The setup for it is just something as simple as a baseline press. I don't always love baseline. I feel like sometimes it kind of messes the blitz up. But all you want to do is you can crash your line down. Some people like down. Some people like to the right. I personally go with crash line to the right. And then what I do is I bring the safety up on the deep zone. And I user him over the middle of the field, and I just try to make a play. It's pretty good against the run. You have 5 guys blitzing, and as you can see, you get kind of holes that open up 4 lanes for you to shoot. It's a pretty good run D because you get good gaps to shoot.
Yeah, it's extremely hard to attack the edge with this run against this defense. Like inside zones for some reason just don't really work against it with the user in the middle. I'm wondering if like a dive would work better against it, because half of this question is, how do you beat quarters DB strike? So the other side is, well, how do I actually run it to be effective?
Right. Well, the way you beat it is you isolate the receiver one-on-one on the side. Like, the biggest weakness with this defense is that there's not a lot of help up top. Right. That's also its strength, is that it's going to get pressure on you pretty quick.
Right.
And the other strength of it is if you block your halfback in a pass play. So run a pass play and block the halfback. The man that is defending him should come in and blitz off of him. And that's, he doesn't here because it's the free safety lined up on him. But when the halfback's lined up outside there, what ended up happening is the defender that's covering the halfback will blitz most times. And that kind of picks up, like your opponent is trying to call max protection and block the halfback, pick your blitz up. But when you block your halfback and your defender blitzes, it negates what's the pass protection.
If you were going to run a quarters scheme, how would you draft? Just as many Would you wouldn't care about a D tackle? You'd want all D ends.
No, I would. I really value value a super beef D end D tackle because I want to always win this battle right here.
Right.
I always want to make you go left or right. I don't want you to have to push up the middle.
So you want one monster beef DT.
One monster beef DT, and then I'm going all athleticism all over the field. I'll let you run. I'll let you do whatever. I'm pot committed to playing quarters, so I'm gonna say I can't really worry about a 3-4 D end.
Right.
I need to draft 5 corners that can cover, and then I need to draft safeties that can lay the boom in the run game. Right. So like right there, I would want a corner there that has a good hit power, good tackle, because LaRon Landry could be really good there with a 98 hit power off that edge coming and play the run game. So I do believe that if you want to go on a really effective draft champions run, learning quarters, the defensive scheme that a lot of people are using, learn that meta and bring it to draft champions because it's in every playbook. So you're going to feel comfortable going in every playbook, every game, that you have a defense that you can somewhat rely on.
And we talked a little bit about it from Big Dime, but if you had to call one zone play, not the cover 2 play, but if you had to call any other zone coverage from quarters, what would you do? Would you go cover 4? Would you go? It's up at the top there.
So I mean, what I would do is I would come out in the DB strike.
Yeah.
Every single time, maybe mix up the cover 4 drop, because what I can do is I can go to DB strike and I can audible the 2-man and I can run the same style defense I run from Big Dime 4-6 right here. So now, I mean, I don't have the extra defender in the middle of the field. Like I need to do something like this. I need to bring him over, like that. I need to do that, and now I have a similar setup to Big Dime 1-4-6 where I'm playing 2-man. I got the spies. I got the deep corner. So you can run a very similar defense with the quarters.
Yeah, you can definitely fullback dive against this defense, and you can get your 8 yards. But
fullback dive against it is going to work pretty good.
It's going to work pretty well. It is, but it's not like you think it's going to be. It's not like you're going to get an instant touchdown or anything like that. It's going to make it more of a grinded out game, and then you're going to be like 3rd and 3, and you're going to be like, should I pass? I can probably definitely get a fullback dive, but I'm annoyed. I got caught up on my own center last time, and it just creates a bit of a headache. I'm saying in draft champs, it's not going to be as good because you don't have like 5 CBs with 90+ man coverage. You're probably not going to get that in your draft. But if you do want to play this, or you love 4-3, you love 4-3, you got 3-4 playbook. All right, well now I'm just gonna draft towards quarters because you know you have it.
Call pass play real quick and put the halfback on a route. Let's just see right here real quick. Go ahead. Yeah, I gotta get the actual crash down. The thing is, when you call baseline, sometimes it can mess up the way the pressure is supposed to come in.
Yep.
Let me see here. Go ahead. Call. I don't know. It could also be the formation you're in. It's a different type of formation, so you'd have to kind of check that out. But anyways, yeah. I mean, the quarters is good. It's very effective. Problem uses it quite a bit. So especially that cover 2 play. That's kind of his bread and butter. But quarters is a defense that you want to learn. It's in every playbook, and that's the main reason. That's the whole point of why we say you want to learn it. Spend some time in it, learn it, because it's in every playbook. And if you want to give yourself an advantage in draft champions, knowing quarters gives you that edge, because every game you're going to know a defense that you can feel confident in.
All right, S. Gibbs. John Bell in the chat is saying Gibbs looks nervous. The reason you would look nervous,
John Bell saying that,
is because you're about to take on Serious Mo in about 15 minutes. We got a battle going on. Thoughts, concerns? What do you got?
My biggest concern is just not playing my game. Like, we've all done it. Okay, you get into a game, you know you're playing a great player. You know you're going to be in a barn burner, and what do? You play timid. You kind of leave it all. You don't leave it all out on the field. You know, you don't start really playing your game until you throw in 2 picks and you're down 14, and you start letting it loose, letting it fly, and then good things start happening. And then you think afterwards, you go, man, if I had just played my game from the first snap, I might have been able to hang with him. I might have been able to win. I always try and remember that, because at the end of the day, this is something Shug said at the tournament as well when he played Problem. Shug said, I gotta believe that I can beat Problem, because he's just like anybody else. He can lose games. Problem can lose games. Mo can lose this game. If I play the perfect game, if I play my game, I can beat Mo. It's going to take a perfect game. It's going to take Mo probably making some uncharacteristic mistakes. Some things are going to have to go my way for me to win this game. But the number one priority I have is to not play timid. It's to be afraid and say, I'm playing Mo. He's gonna know about this play. He's gonna know about this route.
Do you want to know my biggest tip for you?
Don't throw picks.
Nope.
What?
Well, but okay. Some people, like when they play, Gibbs is like this. If I lose this game, the internet is gonna laugh at me.
I don't think that anymore.
Gibbs, the internet is already laughing at you. Who cares if you lose? They already think that you got a stupid haircut.
No.
They already laugh at you.
No.
The
internet likes my haircut. My haircut's kind of cool.
Do they?
My haircut's cooler than yours. You have a boy's regular.
Hey man, that's a flow. But that's what we got coming up. Anything else you want to cover? I'm about to look at our Twitter for some questions. I know people are flying in the questions right now, trying to figure out who the best slot wide receiver for 50,000 coins is. Let's go to Mudhead for the official.
While you're going over that, I want to talk more about the mindset of going into a big game. Now, this is something I personally believe in. I believe that you gotta do your preparation and go into a game, and you gotta think. In this one game, I said I can't get beat by Y-Sail, Z-Spot, that one play. Like I spent most of my time finding ways in getting in the lab and preparing for that play, and it's kind of like you go. It's like in the real NFL, right? Somewhat, right? You go into a game and you say, I can't lose to this one thing. I have to go in and be confident with my setups that I can stop that one thing, and I'll feel pretty good about myself letting him beat me elsewhere. Like if he beats me with other routes or other plays, I'll feel better to know that he's not going to hopefully not beat me with one of his favorite plays.
Indeed. So an item I would look to, and I know his price is very close to this Amari Cooper. So for 30,000, it's under 50. You get Amari Cooper with 94 route running, 95 speed to throw in the slot. Still got 90 release, which is pretty nice. He compares pretty favorably to this flashback to Sean, who was the guy that I used for a long time. I think he's also better than T.Y. Hilton, who would be the other guy I was giving you earlier in the season, who was about 30K. So this Cooper really has a very good price. If you want a bigger, kind of like more physical slot receiver, some people like fast, speedy guys, I think, of the traditional slot receiver, but some guys want the stronger Alshon Jeffrey types, and their Team of the Week Alshon will be pretty good for that role as well. Jordy, the base, has 92 route running.
His only knock, you'd say, at Jordy Base is the speed, but
yeah,
he gives you everything else.
For 16, that's pretty good.
T.Y. Hilton is the guy you go with if you want some speed there.
Yeah, go with T.Y. if you want a little faster player. But I'm going to say you go get yourself the Amari Cooper. Plus, you should have ground
the Amari Cooper is the best item in the game for that price. And the value you get from him, he's one of the best items in the game.
Thoughts on this coin up, Gibbs? You're a Pats fan. Do you go with the Gronk at 750 coins per catch? Do you go with Vernon Davis? Highly unlikely he gets a touchdown.
Here's the thing. Gronk has not been performing very well, and I think it's because of all the injuries, and I think they're able to clamp down. Like the last game, they had a lot of two linebackers covering Gronk. Even if he goes for 10 catches, Vernon Davis.
Yeah,
I like the Vernon Davis. Give me one touchdown for $25K. Sure. I like it.
On the Muckcast, we talked about Zach Thomas, Larry Allen's strength. We talked about J.J. Watt. Have you added him to your lineup yet? Are you excited to get him in your lineup? What's the number one thing you would do with him?
D-tackle. Put him directly at D-tackle. Let him play 96 strength, 99 power move, 96 block shed. That's a big-time player right there. It's a guy that's going to play for you for the entire year.
Boom. Who is the best 3-4 left outside linebacker for 150K? Would you go with Derek Brooks, Bruce Irvin, or MVP McPhee? I think it's going to really depend on the type of player you want. So for a left outside linebacker, do you want a guy who's going to drop into zone? Do you want a guy that's going to hold up strong against the run? Or do you want a pass rusher? Without knowing that, it's tough to say. I think you've got the three best. You've listed the three best guys.
Mm-hmm.
Brooks for zone.
They all do different
Irvin
things.
for rushing. Yeah. McPhee for strength, rush, edge game. It's just a question of what you want. I don't think you can get Team of the Week Thomas Davis for that price, But if he could, that would be another sleeper guy. Not a sleeper, but like another guy at that position. I would definitely be interested in seeing what he can do. So Thomas Davis could be a good option there. Von Miller base. People love Von Miller base. Original Matt in the chat is looking for a cheap base user MLB. No choice, but Jadeveon Clowney road to the playoffs or Anthony Barr road to the playoffs. Those two items are by far your best user middle linebacker options. So you can go with that. Right up there with Telvin Smith. Right up there with the original Anthony Barr. Right up there with Team of the Week Nick Perry. All those guys are pretty fantastic.
That halfback wheel route, we're really working
wheel's
for
working
it.
really well right now.
Yeah.
We're getting a good alignment, and it's working pretty well. From Skull, Triple H in the chat. Best running back under 30,000 coins. I'm going to go Lamar Miller Team of the Week. I've got on my YouTube channel, or excuse me, on my Twitter, my 4 favorite halfbacks. Todd Gurley, Schefter Star. I like Lamar Miller. I like CJ Spiller. And there's one other guy I like on there. Check that out on Twitter. Within the last week, I put some guys on there. Bubble screens, I'm Angry Gamer. You want me to help you with bubble screens? Here's how I help you with bubble screens. Forget about them. Hey, there you go. They don't really work how you would want them to work. And this is coming from a guy who used to be a huge wide receiver screen guy.
You know what? The wide receiver screen is one of the first things I always try in the beginning of the year.
Yes. I'm going to hard reset the Xbox. Mm-hmm. We're gonna.
Are we ready?
Get ready to lock in. We're not quite there yet, but we're coming up on the hour of your game against Serious Mo. So
it's going to be a very serious game.
It's going to be a very serious game. Gibbs, #1 Thanksgiving food item. Check with the chat, see what they think.
Chat, what do you guys think? Your #1 favorite food item on Thanksgiving? I'm going to go with a crescent roll. Nice and warm out of the oven. Some butter on it. What makes the crescent roll so versatile, it makes it one of the best items, not only one of the best item on Thanksgiving, is it's something that you don't necessarily always have a crescent roll for the rest of the year. You don't sit down in a dinner in July and you're like, oh, I'm going to bake some crescent rolls, right? So the other thing that's great about the crescent roll is you don't get to have them very often. You have them around the holidays. The other thing I love about it is you make sandwiches. Jumbo. You make a sandwich out of the crescent roll. You stuff it with mashed potatoes, a little bit of stuffing, a little bit of turkey, a little bit of gravy in there, and you have a sandwich with the crescent roll. That's just another thing about it that's so versatile. Farles, what do you think is yours?
I'm a roll guy because I like to make sandwiches. My question to the chat would be, is turkey the quarterback of Thanksgiving foods, or is it the offensive line?
Turkey, the quarterback?
Is turkey the quarterback?
It's the offensive line.
Or is it the offensive line?
It's the offensive line. It's the foundation.
It's the
nut and bolts of everything you have. If you don't have a good turkey,
yes,
it's gonna be tough for you to have anything else really. Let me log on here with this.
I'm gonna let you can log into my name if you want, or yours, whatever's
right.
good.
Log into your name here.
I'm gonna keep my controller off so there's no shenanigans.
No, I want no shenanigans with your garbage
no shenanigans.
controller.
I'm just gonna sit here, narrate this, chat with the chat, watch you lose.
Do you have computer juice in here? You have computer power cord? Because I'm running a little low. You're at 57. I'm at 13.
Classic.
Shout out to OVI Forever following the channel. What is your favorite beverage of choice, like a regular drink of choice on Thanksgiving?
Soda water.
I was gonna say soda water. You're not a big milk guy. You wouldn't go milk on.
My parents, they're like the only people I know that still drink milk. So when I go home, I have milk.
Milk's pretty good. Every now and then, milk's pretty good.
Milk's kind of good.
Milk's for babies.
Milk is for babies.
That's what you're gonna say. You're gonna say milk is for babies.
Do you want me to say milk's for babies?
I don't want you to say milk is for babies.
I have a half of a Publix sub in the fridge. I could not be happier. Best CPU left outside linebacker for $70K.
So real quick, you never answered. We said that the offensive line is the turkey. What's the quarterback? Is the quarterback the crescent roll? It's like the star of the show.
No, for you.
It's the stuffing. And then it's the stuffing.
People love stuffing.
It's the stuffing.
People love stuffing.
Stuffing is the quarterback.
Blitz tickets. Let's talk real quick about Blitz tickets. So, currently, the only way I know to get Blitz tickets is the topper. It's the topper of those packs that we opened up on the Muttcast yesterday. If you go towards the end of the Muttcast, I want to say 40 minutes, 50 minutes into it, Mutt Guru drops a little hint about Blitz tickets, what they are, what they're going to be, how you're going to be able to get more. He kind of skims. I almost felt like beating him up to like get the information out for you guys, but S. Gibbs was there to moderate out. It says something about Cyber Monday on the back of the Blitz ticket, so keep an eye out for those. Gibbs is going to log into this beast. We got Mo getting ready to lock in. We're talking about your favorite Thanksgiving foods. Cheesy potatoes, crazy goofball, I am with you. Stuffing is extremely underrated. It's very, very good. I used to be a stovetop guy growing up. Love it. I love it. Odell Beckham is the pie. He's like the icing on the cake, the dessert. Ham. How do you feel about ham on Thanksgiving?
Get it out of my face. Get it out of my face. I hate ham. I'm
going to stand here and defend ham on Thanksgiving. You get yourself a honey-baked ham. You can serve it hot. Ham cold is outstanding. Later, you keep it in the garage.
No, it's not good.
You make sandwiches out of it. Some spicy mustard on that ham in the crescent roll. It's not really a gravy thing, but ham next day is 99. So I'm in on ham.
The biggest thing...
It's a secondary thing. Trust me, turkey all the way. But I do ham a little bit.
You do ham it up. Here's the thing. One of the toughest thing I think for people outside of the Northeast is they don't get to experience nature's fridge / nature's freezer. And what I mean by that is when it starts getting cold, like right now it's about like in the 30s, high 20s in the Northeast, back home, back in Boston. And what I love about nature's refrigerator is you're able to just put all your drinks, all your stuff outside, and nature does the rest. You don't need a refrigerator. You just put it in the garage. You put it in the garage, and the garage does its trick, and you got a ginormous fridge. It's my favorite thing about the winter in the Northeast is that you always have a cold beverage ready to go, whatever, no matter what it is. And if you don't live in the Northeast, or not Northeast, if you live in the South, you don't necessarily get to experience that. And that's a thing this thing's very sad for me.
That is kind of sad.
Yeah.
That is kind of sad. Let me, let's go over to Ultimate Team real quick. My Ultimate Team here.
Have you logged in today at all by any chance, or no?
I have not.
Yeah,
So maybe.
What are you trying to look at here for? All right. Are we having difficulties getting online?
Gotta get on those servers, kid. Maybe go to Play Now. Or maybe go to Online Head-to-Head, see if you can just prime it. We gotta find Mo's gamer tag on here. We gotta lock in. For the YouTube crowd, appreciate you guys hanging with us. We'll be getting to this game of the week in just a few minutes. Namunation is from Boston. What up?
How's Mo doing? Is he able to get online here?
Yeah, he's working on getting logged in. I'm here. I don't have to be. I literally have nowhere to be. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow. I'm on a hunger strike until we get this game going. Are we on Xbox Live?
I don't know.
Must be.
I had some difficulties with my Xbox Live at my house earlier. Like, it was logging in and, like, logging out. Like, it was, like, in and out, in and out. So.
We got friends. I will legitimately stay here. I'm on a hunger strike. I'm officially on a hunger strike.
Sign out, sign back in. No?
Close the app, you think, or?
Yeah. Try it. See how it says connect to Xbox Live? This same thing was happening to me earlier at my house.
Okay.
I don't understand it. It says wired, it says connected, it says good to go.
Okay.
Is it something with our internet?
Probably not. Just saying close app.
Okay.
I'm going on record.
Mm-hmm.
I'm officially on a hunger strike until S. Gibbs plays Mo in Madden.
A hunger strike.
I'm on a hunger strike. I won't eat. I have a public sub in the fridge, so that's like a pretty serious threat.
Do you have any more soda water that I could go get and drink?
I do. Are you thirsty?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
I'm going to go get one.
All right, I'm going to predict what's going to happen in the game.
Chat, you want a soda? Soda water?
So S. Gibbs is getting ready to play Mo in the game of the week. I'm thinking Gibbs is... So Mo runs big dime. Not big dime, Farls. Mo just runs dime. Normal. 2-man under. Rushes 2. User's the guy on the left, QB spy. It doesn't look like it's going to stop the run, but it like kind of stops the run. Gibbs doesn't really play ranked teams. He can beat man with the Browns pretty well, so I got to give him that. But Mo does crazy stuff, like drops his deep safeties into flats and the purples and the blues and the hooks. He does like whack stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see like how he can adjust, and hopefully Gibbs doesn't over-adjust. Just kind of plays his game rather than going straight setup based. He more so goes with just kind of adapting to it. Drags, playmakers, Andy Dalton 77 speed, like kind of mixing it up and seeing what he can do. Let's see if we can get on online head-to-head. Game will be starting in 10 minutes, guys. 10 or so minutes. I'll definitely toegate the third quarter. No toegate.
Don't toegate it. Please don't toegate it, Farles. Just don't toegate it.
Might have to go to PS4.
Really?
Yeah, we both have PS4, so.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Yeah. See, the same internet thing was happening to me. And it was like I tried playing Call of Duty. I tried playing everything.
Let me
clear my throat.
Let me go get my PS4.
Do you have that technology? So I change profiles. Become S. Gibbs.
Try that. Yeah, because what did you save your playbook as? Maybe set that up.
I have it. We should. You can't reset the modem because we'll lose internet.
Correct.
So we can't do that. That's the one thing we can't do, guys.
It's the one thing we cannot do. If somebody knows how to make a straw poll,